Whew, you guys. One of those days. You gotta just strap your baby to you. Hair and makeup from yesterday. Didn't clean up before I'm shooting this. But you know what? The show goes on and it's still a really good one because you got these beautiful little human beings in your life. So sometimes it might look a little messy and not perfect, but it's still perfect, you know what I mean? So here we are at 4 months. Penny's 4th month, Penny 4 months. We truly have loved what little Miss 3-month Pen brought to the table. So right at 3 months, this girl leveled up her voice, sounding something like this. Yeah, dinosaur or baby. But seriously, you know the scene in Jurassic Park where the little velociraptor is coming out of the shell and they're all surrounding it watching? Right here. That's my daughter. You're my little sweetie. So there's been a lot of big girl moments for this little one. But learning her voice, like I said, she's definitely learned her hands are hers. We've seen so much growth with her motor skills. In the beginning of the month, you could tell her little mind wanted to grab something, like we'd put something in front of her and her just very robotically, like her hands would try and grab it, and even if her passy would fall out of her mouth, she'd do this funny little thing with her arm and just like push it back in. Mentally she was there, but like physically she just wasn't cutting it yet. But like I said, that was kind of at the beginning of the month. By the end of the month, this girl is grabbing, is playing with her toys now, which is just so wild, you guys. Like it literally goes from them just laying, not doing much, to just watching your daughter like interact with things. It's like, you know it's gonna happen, but once it happens, you're like, oh my gosh, she's a big girl. She's starting to stick her tongue out, specifically like in her really big smiles. Sometimes she'll stick it out. She's just starting to make noises with it, like using it to make noises. So it's like that, you know, like that. What's the other one, Pen? Oh, and then yeah, the last one is like, I can tell she's using it to just kind of like feel on her gums, which that kind of brings me then to my next point, which is this girl is full force teething and just kind of like the typicals, like super drooly, like down her shirt, and also just kind of the typical fussiness, you know? And she's honestly not been a fussy baby, so it's super not common. Like we're like, this is not her typical self. But it's like, even still, this girl is such a champ, even in her, you know, the pain she's probably feeling, which is so sad, by the way. Like it's so hard to watch your kids like go through that. But yeah, even in the midst of this pain, she's still such a rock star. And specifically the things we've learned that have kind of worked for her in those moments, just doing the things she loves, which is oftentimes bath time, going outside, daddy playing guitar, or just music. You know, it'll just be a distraction for her. So those have helped. So the giggles have started. Oh my God. Woo! Woo! And it's like, it just one up. And you can tell it's not like her giggle isn't even like full force yet. The two big things I've noticed about the giggling is like, it's very specific things that she giggles at this point. When she does like do like a deep breath giggle, the poor girl gets stinking hiccups and she hates the hiccups. So it's like she goes from this like giggly little baby to now she's hiccuping and upset about that. And for the grand finale of new things Pen can do this month is her full roll. This girl can not only go from front to back, but she can now do back to front. And right in her last week of her 3 months, she decided to do a full roll. She's only done it like once, which is interesting. So it's like she's not aware that maybe she could do this, like roll into like the next room and get herself around. But I don't really mind because that gives me a little bit more time. Like even already, we can't put her on the couch. We can't do these things that we once could because the girl will roll any chance she can get. For some of our favorites from this month, starting with the most important, was we dedicated her back to the Lord. She swam for her first time and didn't hate it, so I'm sure she will be a swim baby like I used to be. Time with friends, and not just like for BJ and I, but like just starting to watch her become aware of like the little friends that we hang out with just makes my heart so happy. Meeting more family, along with watching just her awareness grow for the family that surrounds her and loves her. As far as our most favorite things from the month that are most memorable to us, for me, I swear this girl is calling out for me. And like, I know that's not realistic and it probably is not the case, but she's just recently started calling out mom or mama. And one, that's like the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like if she calls me mom, I'm totally cool with that. But yeah, she's like, when she says it, not only does it like totally just speak to my heart, you know, like it's just like, I feel it. I feel her calling for me. It's like the moment I pick her up after she's saying that, she stops. So I mean, I don't know, it could be, it might not be, but in my heart, I feel like she totally is calling out for me. So right now I am mom or mama, and I'm liking that. And for daddy's favorite, his is night times. Like most always it's daddy that puts her to bed, and I think that's just like the sweetest moment for them too. She's such a fun and joyful little girl, and the older she's getting and with each new milestone, like we're seeing that more and more. And don't tell the other months, but I really like month 3. And as always, to my sweet pen, and again, this is so weird, like I'm talking to her, but yet she's in my arms. She is my dream girl. You are my dream girl, pen. I used to pray for my little ones that my heart hoped for someday, but already at 4 months, you have blew my expectations out of the water. Just what it means to be a mom, how it feels, what it takes, and I'm just so thankful and proud to be your mom.